The jungle was alive with an intensity that could neither be tamed nor ignored. A symphony of life played out beneath the towering canopy, where sunlight filtered through a maze of green and gold, dappling the forest floor. This was no ordinary jungle. It was a labyrinth of the unknown, a realm where whispers danced on the wind, carrying secrets of an ancient world. Amara had always been drawn to the untamed. As a child, she would lose herself in stories of explorers and adventurers, their lives filled with peril and discovery. But no tale had prepared her for the reality of this place. She adjusted the straps of her weathered backpack, its weight a constant reminder of the journey ahead. Her boots sank into the loamy earth with each step, the dense air thick with the scent of moss and decay. She paused, listening. It wasn't just the rustle of leaves or the chatter of unseen creatures that gave the jungle its voice. There was something else, something that seemed to murmur just beyond her understanding. The whispers began the moment she entered this place, faint and fleeting, like a breeze brushing against her ear. At first, she thought it was her imagination, the product of exhaustion and the isolation of her solo expedition. But the whispers persisted, growing clearer as she ventured deeper. Amara wasn't here by chance. The story she'd followed spoke of a hidden sanctuary, a place untouched by time, where the earth's heartbeat could be felt in every stone and tree. Locals called it El Silencio Susurrante, the whispering silence. Many had sought it, but few returned, and those who did were changed, their eyes haunted by what they'd seen. Her fingers brushed against the map tucked into her pocket, a relic she'd discovered in a dusty corner of a forgotten library. The parchment was brittle, its ink faded, but it was enough to ignite her determination. The markings led to the heart of the jungle, to a place where legends said the whispers grew loud enough to hear their meaning. The first few days had been grueling. She'd battled swarms of insects, waded through rivers, and scaled cliffs that seemed to rise endlessly into the sky. But with each hardship, her resolve strengthened. The jungle was testing her, and she was determined to prove herself worthy. By the 5th day, the whispers became more than just sounds. They carried a rhythm, a cadence that seemed almost purposeful. Amara began to notice patterns in the jungle's chaos, the way vines twisted like veins, the way roots formed pathways that guided her steps. It was as if the forest itself was alive, guiding her deeper into its embrace. One afternoon, as the sun hung low, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Amara stumbled upon an ancient stone marker. Moss and lichen obscured its surface, but the carvings were unmistakable. Symbols she couldn't decipher spiraled across the stone, their edges worn smooth by centuries of rain and wind. She traced them with her fingers, feeling a strange warmth emanate from the rock. That night, she camped near the marker, unable to shake the feeling that she was being watched. The jungle's usual cacophony seemed muted, as if it, too, was holding its breath. The whispers grew louder, their tone shifting from gentle murmurs to urgent pleas. Sleep eluded her as she lay in her hammock, staring up at the swaying canopy. Questions swirled in her mind. Were the whispers a warning? A welcome? Or something else entirely? The following morning, Amara awoke to find the jungle transformed. Mist clung to the ground, curling around her ankles as she packed her gear. The air was cool and damp, carrying a faint, floral fragrance she hadn't noticed before. She felt a strange pull, an inexplicable urge to move forward. Her steps quickened as she followed the unseen path, her heart racing with anticipation. Hours passed, though time seemed to lose meaning in the dense wilderness. She climbed over fallen trees and pushed through thickets of thorny bushes, her arms and legs bearing the marks of her passage. And then, as if the jungle itself parted to reveal its heart, she stumbled into a clearing. It was breathtaking. A crystal-clear pool lay at the center, fed by a gentle waterfall that cascaded down moss-covered rocks. The water sparkled like liquid glass, reflecting the vibrant hues of the surrounding foliage. Towering trees encircled the clearing, their branches interwoven to form a natural cathedral. Flowers in shades of crimson, gold, and violet dotted the landscape, their petals trembling as if in tune with an unseen melody. Amara approached the pool, her footsteps cautious. The whispers were deafening now, a chorus that seemed to rise from the very earth. She knelt by the water's edge, her reflection staring back at her. But it wasn't just her face she saw. Shapes moved beneath the surface, shifting and swirling like smoke. She reached out, her fingers brushing the water, and the whispers coalesced into words. "Welcome, seeker." The voice was neither male nor female, neither young nor old. It was a presence, vast and timeless, that seemed to emanate from the jungle itself. Amara's breath caught in her throat as the water rippled, revealing scenes from the past. She saw tribes moving through the forest, their lives intertwined with the land. She saw explorers, their faces etched with wonder and fear. And she saw herself, standing at this very spot, her journey woven into the tapestry of the jungle's story. "Why am I here?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "To listen," the presence replied. "To understand." The images shifted, showing the devastation wrought by humanity. Trees falling to chainsaws, rivers choked with debris, animals fleeing as their homes were destroyed. Amara's heart ached at the sight, guilt and sorrow washing over her. "You are part of the cycle," the voice continued. "You have the power to heal or to harm. What will you choose?" Tears streamed down Amara's face as she stared into the water. The weight of the jungle's history, its beauty and its pain, pressed down on her. She realized that her journey wasn't just about discovery. It was about responsibility. "I choose to protect," she said, her voice firm despite the lump in her throat. "I choose to honor this place." The whispers grew softer, a soothing hum that seemed to carry her words into the depths of the forest. The water stilled, her reflection once again the only image on its surface. Amara felt a sense of peace settle over her, as if the jungle had accepted her vow. She spent the next few days in the clearing, learning from the jungle. She observed its rhythms, its cycles, and its secrets. The whispers became her guides, leading her to hidden treasures and teaching her the delicate balance of life in this vibrant ecosystem. She marveled at the interconnectedness of it all, the way every creature and plant played a role in maintaining harmony. When the time came to leave, Amara felt a pang of sadness. But she knew her journey wasn't over. The jungle had entrusted her with its story, and it was her duty to share it. As she retraced her steps, the whispers faded, their message now etched into her soul. Back in the world beyond the jungle, Amara became a voice for the wild. She spoke of its beauty, its fragility, and the need to protect it. Her words inspired others to see the world through new eyes, to recognize the whispers of nature that often went unheard. And though she was far from the jungle, she carried its spirit with her. The whispers remained, a constant reminder of the promise she had made. For in the heart of the wild, she had found not only a story, but a purpose. And that was a tale worth telling.